Tonight, your subconscious will send you another message. Are you going to ignore it or are you going to take action on it? Ancient civilizations believed dreams were sacred portals to higher wisdom. Modern psychology says they're the language of your unconscious. What if both are true? What if your dreams are guiding you toward your true potential? If only you knew how to read them. Dreams aren't just random, they are metaphor, symbols. They are messages from our subconscious. I am referring here especially to recurring dreams. I will share with you 3 recurring dreams that I have. If you resonate with them, if you have ever had them, I will include also something that you can do about it. So it's not only about the dream, it's how we integrate it and what we do with the message that we get from our subconscious. To understand your dreams, you must take them as a personal myth in the making. Carl Jung believed that we have our consciousness, our individual subconscious, and our collective subconscious. And that's why people from all over the world, we have the same legends, the same hero journey, the same fear of darkness, monsters, ghosts, flood. Every character, symbol, and scenario in your dreams is a hidden aspect of you, but distorted. I will share with you my interpretation of my dreams, and the invitation is to see if it really resonates with you, and all the answers you are looking for are actually within you. So, for example, if we take a symbol, a snake, for someone it can be something terrifying, while for another person it can be something they love, they are passionate about. So maybe 90% of people would fear the snake, but 10% would love it. So look at the feeling behind your dreams as well. I encourage you to start each morning when you wake up, even before you open your eyes, take 5 minutes to remember your dream. As you practice, you will notice as if you are building them back from sand, and it's so rewarding. If you don't remember them in the beginning, I still encourage you to be patient with yourself. You can do it. You have dreams. Everyone has. Our subconscious is doing the work. He's constantly sending us message, maybe about our past, about our present, about our future. What is important is to take action. Take action now. I will give you 3 reasons to start remembering your dreams. The first reason, it will improve your memory. It's such a good exercise, and you will see how well you will remember things at work, things about your friends, your family. And isn't that a superpower to be able to remember vividly whatever you want? The second benefit would be that instead of focusing on things that you will do that day and that would usually cause me some anxiety, you take some time to be present with yourself and to remember something that will benefit you massively instead of getting anxious about something in the future. The third reason, and the most important, is that you will get the chance to decode messages from your subconscious, to rewrite your narrative, and to elevate your life. With the help of your dreams, everything that you want is right under your nose. So why not start writing your dreams today? I am in my childhood home and I am sleeping. I wake up and I go in the hallway and it's infested with cockroaches, and it's the middle of the night. And here there are several symbols. The cockroaches, the bugs, are a symbol of something that I find repulsive and I avoid. in my waking life. They thrive in darkness, just like fears, suppressed emotions. The hallway is another symbol. It represents a passage, a transition in life. And the childhood home is a part of our subconscious, is our inner child. So if you have dreams at your home when you were little, it's your inner child trying to tell you something. So if you are finding yourself having this dream, ask yourself, where in my life do I feel overwhelmed, neglected, or trapped? What belief makes me think I have to live with this discomfort instead of clearing it out? What am I afraid will happen? What would change if I believed I had the power to clean my space internally and externally? Don't be afraid of your nightmares. As I said, everything is a side of you, it's just distorted. And you have this power. Once you remember, once you shine light on them, you can actually do something about them. What we resist persists, and what we suppress grows. If you have a nightmare like this right before going to bed, you can visualize yourself in your home and you are shining light on your hallway, cleaning up the space by using your imagination, and you show up for yourself. I was again in my childhood apartment. I was alone and someone was at the door. I go there and I try to keep the door locked. I look and there is a ghost sometimes, or a super old lady, someone really terrifying outside the door. I try to keep the door locked, but the lock doesn't hold. And no matter how hard I tried and I go through those terrifying emotions, that malefic entity manages to get in. And I run and I go in my balcony. And I have two choices. Either I stay there and then that entity will catch me, or I can jump. I take the jump, and instead of falling, I start flying. We have again different symbols. We have the childhood home, the inner child. This struggle to keep the door locked suggests the feeling of powerlessness when I was little. I felt vulnerable, and no matter how hard I tried, my feelings didn't matter. Hence, I cannot keep the door locked no matter how hard I try. And then I run and I actually face my own death. I jump, but instead of dying, my subconscious sends me the message that I am safe. And I start flying and I reach another level of consciousness. I would like to make a painting about it. It's also recommended if you have a terrifying dream. It's a specific type of therapy where you paint it and you let it go. And what we can do here, I can imagine myself as a grown up and I go there with my inner child, little Dodo, and I keep the door locked and I hug little Dodo, that used to be my name, and I tell her, you are safe, you are protected, no one can hurt you. If you are having this dream where you are in your home and someone is trying to break in, you are trying to keep the door locked, use this self journaling prompt. What past wounds am I trying to keep out? Where in my life do I feel unsafe or out of control? What if the thing I fear isn't here to harm me, but to teach me something? What would the lesson be? Everything in our life is a reflection of our beliefs, conscious or unconscious. Unfortunately, most of our beliefs are playing on autopilot, and we are not even aware of them. We recreate the same familiar feelings Like myself, I used to have a job that I was not happy with, where I was being criticized, but it was the familiar feeling where my feelings didn't matter. I didn't really matter, and everything was playing on autopilot, and I didn't feel in control, but at the same time I was getting a payoff, and the payoff was that life is unfair, the grown-ups have all the power, I don't have any control. But the payoff was actually that it's not my responsibility, I am right about life, and I am a victim. And do you see how disempowering is that? That was not even true. Everything was created by my own beliefs. A massive flood. I am in my home and everything is surrounded by water. Water everywhere I look, left and right. Flood is a major symbol in our collective unconscious. Floods symbolize overwhelming emotions, feelings we suppress. At the same time, if in your dream you are not afraid, they can also symbolize rebirth, cleansing. So if you are having this dream with flood, use this self journaling prompt. Where am I holding on to control instead of letting things flow naturally? What if the flood isn't my enemy, but a force of renewal? What do I need to let wash away? What mindset and daily actions is my future self, who has already let go, live by? Let me show you the way I do it. I have this notebook right next to my bed with this pen, and when I wake up, I take 5 minutes to remember what I dreamt, and then I start writing here just 2 lines as much as I can remember. Ugly handwriting. And if you find yourself in a moment when you can't really remember, you can write the date. You can also write the evening before, write the date for the next morning, and it's a message to your subconscious mind. You set the intention to remember your dream, and then the next morning, if you still have difficulties, start writing. I was, and then your brain will activate the autocomplete function. Whenever I discover a recurring dream, I will underline it so it's easy for me to find it. This is the way I do it with the no drama llama. I cannot imagine my life any other way. It has massively uncovered levels of my subconscious, and it has helped me improve and heal. I don't like this term healing because it implies that something is broken. It has helped me reach the next level in my life. Your subconscious is always speaking. The question is, are you listening? Next time you wake up from a dream, don't just forget it. Write it down and start decoding your dreams. Because the more you understand your dreams, the more you understand yourself. And that's where true power lies. Comment below with a dream you've been having recently, and I will help you break the first code. If you are interested in more content like this, in bending your narrative, hacking reality, and elevating your life, please subscribe. Thank you so much. If you are the first subscriber, welcome. If you are the second, if you are the third, welcome, and I'm so grateful for you. This is my new channel where I put my heart and soul in sharing all the hacks that I have found and how our reality is shaped by what we believe, and we don't get in life what we want, we get a reflection of our subconscious or not beliefs. We have these familiar patterns that most likely are playing on autopilot. For example, I used to believe about myself that I am shy, I am a people pleaser, and I am a 9 to 5 employee. And As a result, I wasn't speaking up in meetings, I wouldn't have ever started my YouTube channel, and I wouldn't have dared to start my own business. When I realized that everything in my life was a reflection of my own limiting beliefs, I had super critical bosses. I was never good enough. I was going above and beyond to please everyone around me at the expense of my own happiness. That's when I decided to shift, to let go of the old limiting beliefs and replace them with something that served me. I decided to step into my boldness, to embrace authenticity, and to step into the unknown as a coach and as an entrepreneur. I'm here to share my journey with you and all the hacks, everything that I have discovered in my journey. I am a certified coach and somatic breathwork practitioner. I am so grateful for you. That was it for today. Before I go, I want to leave you with a quote by Carl Jung. Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate. What do you think about that? Let me know below. I'm sending you so much love and a big, big hug, and I can't wait to see you next time. Bye. And I'm not saying that if you watched a horror movie, if you watched The Walking Dead, and during that night you dream about zombies, then your subconscious tells you that you were a zombie in your childhood.